Hi everyone, it's Maria from Creative Grids. Today I have got our Batting Buddy template set with me, and I want to show you some of the great things that this little set can do. It was designed by Carrie Walker for us here at Creative Grids, so we hope you like the features that we've added to this. You're going to get fully illustrated instructions that come with the ruler, just like our other specialty rulers. When you open it up, you're going to see all these great illustrations that show you all the basics about the features I'm going to talk to you about today. So our template set comes in two pieces. You're going to have a center piece for the batting, and then you're going to have this outer piece for the fabrics. So start by cutting a few pieces of batting. Use my template to make sure that I've got them the right size. And notice the QR code. You're going to be able to scan that so you can see this how-to video at any time. Next, for a very basic rag quilt, I'm going to use two pieces of flannel. These happen to be the same color because that was just easier for me to think about. I'm going to take that outer frame, make sure I'm cut to the right size. Got some little hairs hanging out here we'll get rid of. The rotating mat makes a perfect spot to put yardage on so that you clean up one side at a time and rotate for safe cutting. Get rid of those. I'm going to put that flannel right back down. Now it doesn't have to be flannel. It could be cotton, it could be minky, it could be anything that you can imagine making a rag quilt with. I'm going to put that frame right back on and use it to help me position my batting. Now there's no guessing where the center is. These centering lines that are here and on the centerpiece show you right where the middle of that template is. Remove the frame. Add your second piece of fabric. I don't think you can ever escape all the threads. That's the sign of a busy workroom. And now you're all set to go. To do this particular style, I'm going to quilt a simple X from corner to corner. And then when I get ready to combine them, I'm going to put two of them back sides together. In this case, it's the same fabric front and back, and I'm sewing this seam that starts and stops on the edge of my batting. And where do I know where to start and stop? Put your frame right back on there and make a little mark in the corners so that you know that's as far as you need to stitch. When you open these up, you get what I like to call fins of seam allowance here. I'm not going to do anything with them until I get a few of them sewn together. It's just going to look like this. Now, for those of us that like precise quilting, that's a lot of extra hanging out there. So grab your favorite rag scissors. Today I've got the Kai rag quilting scissors, and they work so well. I would recommend these, but there's lots of brands out there. So I'm going to start by going like this. I'm going to trim these little corners away. Because if you think about it, as I trim this way and trim that way, they're going to end up getting cut off anyway. So let's just start by getting rid of those. I'm cutting close to the stitching, but not right up to it. Let me flip it over for the other side there. This is a good project to do out on the patio on a cool night or in front of TV to catch up on your favorite episodes or quilt videos, because I know a lot of you like to do that. So by folding it, I get the rest of the quilt out of my way, and I just have these to deal with. Trim off those outer corners. And then I'm going to trim about every 1/2 inch. And you can see I'm stopping about 1/8 inch away from the stitching. The closer you cut, the more shreds the rag edges are going to get. And the farther away, the more they're going to curl instead of shred. So feel free to experiment and see which one you like the best. Now if I want to keep going, I'm going to do this next corner. This is one of those you don't have to be super precise about it, but the preciseness of the template set gives you the same size squares every time. So that takes out all the guesswork. I'm going through 4 layers of flannel here. Hear how quick and easy those scissors are going through? Now chances are your blanket's going to be a little bit bigger than this, so you're just going to keep adding on to the sides, leaving those fins stick up all on the same side of the quilt. And just like that, I have one section ready to go. So that gives it a nice soft look to it. And after throwing it in the wash, look at how fun that is. So the more I wash it, the more this is going to curl, but this is just with one washing and drying. I did put it in with some bath towels and then with my wool dryer balls in the dryer to kind of beat it up a little bit and soften it up, but how easy is that? So simple squares, simple batting pieces with the center template, and you've got a cute little baby quilt going on here. Now you're also going to get instructions for finished edges. So let's take a look at what that's going to look like real quick. I've sewn 2 squares together. So here's my seam. One of them I folded down and did a decorative stitch to hold it down, and I'll show you how I did that on the other side. I'm simply going to fold like this to the seam line and then over again. I'm going to pin it in place. I'm going to go back and do some decorative stitching. As I add the rows to it, you're going to do the same thing here. So it's going to have a little bit of a less raggy look to it, but a finished seam. So whether you like rags or finishes, you've got both options to go with here. Now another fun feature of this tool is that I can use this for fussy cutting. I'm going to move this around on my fabric until I'm right in the center of what I want to show on my block, and then add the frame and trim all the way around to have a fussy cut square. So not only can you cut up your remnants of fabric, your yardage, your fat quarters, etc., but you can also fussy cut some of that fabric that you've been saving for a rainy day or for the right kind of quilt. Thanks so much for watching us today. We hope you enjoyed this video on some of the features of this Batting Buddy template set. Be sure to like and follow us on all social media to stay up to date with the newest and greatest things that we're bringing to your quilting table today.